gonna shine when the light grows dim. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it.
Alrighty, everybody, Henry Jackson here with Fear of a Flat Planet. And it's my very great pleasure to introduce and welcome to the show, Laurie Blouin. Laurie, how are we doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
Very well, thank you. Long time no see. It feels like I haven't seen you in ages.
I know, it's crazy. This whole situation is pretty crazy, but yeah, still feel lucky that I got to travel this like kind of summer when a SAS day, and yeah, I was still able to shred, so yeah, feel lucky.
Yeah, it's been what a lot of the guys and girls on the team have been saying so far. Like the Canadian team, you guys seem to have been pretty on it as far as keeping the training going. Like you've been in Saas-Fee, like you said, you've just been in the Yukon. Like you seem to have been on your board.
Yeah, I was in Saas-Fee for a month, so that was like normally we only go there. Well, normally we ride during summer, so before Saas-Fee, I haven't been on my board for 6 months, so I felt that I needed like a good month in Europe. And yeah, it was super fun. And I came back for 2 weeks, did my quarantine, and then went to the Yukon for 10 days. And then I came back, and we have a camp in Calgary.
Where are you at? Are you in Stoneham? Is that where you're based?
Yeah, I'm in Stoneham right now. Yeah, there's a bit of snow, so yeah, I'm gonna be able to shred, but like just home hill shred, nothing too big, but it's still pretty fun,
Yeah, actually, I saw your post. Of course, Laurie, you're a part of. I don't know is it maybe the most power extreme sports couple in Canadian history. Of course, you're
yeah, maybe.
You got Jay.
I mean,
who is your for those of you who don't know, who is your partner?
Yeah, JF Full. He's a skier. He used to be a pro skier, and now he's now a coach of the Quebec ski team, and he films too. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how life is. He's like still 10 years old older than me. So I wasn't really thinking. We just like randomly met in a bar, like drunk, and yeah, everything started from there. And yeah, I'm happy we're together, and it's nice to like actually travel with your boyfriend, and yeah, just like when he came to X Games with me, it was crazy to have my boyfriend, and like he can really understand my lifestyle, so that's a huge part. Yeah.
Do you ever get into the age-old debate, ski versus snowboarding?
No, not really, because he has an older mentality. So I feel skiers are inspired a lot by snowboarders, like for tricks and stuff like that. If I'm not wrong, yeah.
Where is he? Where's JF?
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Give us a wave.
What's up?
There he is.
Yeah. So no, there's no like battle or either he loves snowboarding and I love skiing too. I love watching like skiers, so no, there's no. I feel that's more like an old mentality. So
yeah, for sure. It's funny sometimes though. You can get
you can
get it like
I do jokes about skiers, so yeah, no, it's chill.
Oh, that's awesome. And of course, yeah, so you have the benefit of one of the best follow cam filmers in the world as well.
It's nice because before I met him, it was hard to get films. It's crazy because you need to like hire someone, and sometimes you're like in training camp, you don't think about that. It's a lot of stuff to think, and to have him in my life, it's a plus for that. And yeah, I'm happy and grateful for that.
So when you say it's hard because you have to hire people, does that mean he does it for free?
No. Well, kind of like I pay for the trip, and he's like filming for free. But I'm working on that for contract to get filming budget. But I mean, yeah, like when you hire people, it's like more expensive. And I know JF's like love traveling with me. It's like not a romantic trip, but it's like we get to spend more time together because I'm gone all the season. So yeah, we take it as like almost like a vacation, but like not really.
I mean, we'll jump straight in at the top here. Maybe the highlight of your career. I don't know. I'm presuming, but of course the X Games gold at your first ever big there. I was there for that weekend, and you talk about it in your edit in Uprising about how that was the scariest jump
Yeah.
like to
Actually,
ever hit. And
yeah.
because
It was like that year, I think it was really, they made the jump really poppy.
it was gnarly.
If it,
It
yeah,
was so gnarly. Like
if
guys,
I
I remember
compare
guys
to,
were dropping out. Like not that it should
yeah,
be guys and girls thing, but
I know, yeah,
it was
yeah,
heavy.
I know. And I think if I compare to like last year, the jump was like so much, it was just like so much scarier. And like, I remember like before like dropping switch, I was like talking to like Elliot, the Canada snowboard coach, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I was like, not almost like shaking. I had like so much like emotions because it was my first X game, and like, you know, one of like the biggest jump I ever hit. And I was like, okay, now I was like talking to myself, and I was like, all right, just
Yeah.
like I just said, I'm not gonna think about anything. It's a jump. It's just a normal jump. And then yeah, went over my fear, and I'm stoked.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it worked out so well. But I mean, it was so gnarly that year. Like people would just get
I
like
don't understand. They
people
wanted
were
to
just
see
dropping out of
quads,
the
I
sky,
guess. Yeah.
like and like not just
Yeah.
like, you know, sometimes you'll go to, let's say, a World Cup where there's, you know, there's a big field of riders,
Yeah.
and you know, there's maybe some who like they're not quite at the top of their game yet, so you can kind of expect a bit of inexperience. But that was like they're like some of the best riders in the world. Just
I know. It was crazy, and I'm happy that I had the chance to like do it, because it's such a great experience. And after hitting that jump, I'm like no jumps is scaring me anymore. Honestly, it's like I'm like, good thing I was able to hit that jump.
And is it I mean, obviously X Game gold, especially on your debut X Games, that's incredible. Yeah. Would you say that's is that your most memorable victory or best?
Yeah, I feel X Game, like even my silver in slopestyle from this past season, I'm so stoked. Just having a medal at X Games mean a lot for me, because I've been battling so much to get in, and then I finally like got my spots, and it's like so rewarding. And yeah, just any medals, honestly. Even Oslo, I'm forgetting about Oslo, bronze at the big air too. Just any medals at X Game is just like, but yeah, gold first like X Game experience. It's a highlight for sure.
Because it took you a while to get in there. Like it was.
Oh my God, yeah.
It seemed like almost that was half the battle, was getting you into the X Games. Because you know, your riding level certainly was up there with everyone else who was getting the invites, but there was just year after year there wasn't an invite. You know, you kind of burst onto the scene quite a long time ago. And came in pretty hot with the cab double underflip, cab double 9, which was like, at that time, you were one of, I guess, probably 3 girls doing it. It was, I guess,
I
Anna.
think it was, Anna,
only
Julia, me, Julia, me, Julia, and Anna,
Yeah. And so you burst onto the scene, and obviously when you come in with a heavy trick like that, everyone's like, oh, this girl. And then it seemed like I've watched you. You know, sometimes riders can sort of stick to that kind of, that's my thing, I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
Since then, I've watched you, like the progression of each part of your, let's say the 4 different rotations. Like you'll come back and I'm like, oh, Laurie's learned, she's got a bit of switch backside in her now. And then like there'll be all these.
It's crazy. I've always spun switch backside, but I was never like comfortable enough to like do it in contests.
Okay.
And like 2 years ago, I would say I discovered like I feel I spun the wrong way all my life.
Really?
Like switch back, because I'm good at, like all my life I was spinning cab and backside has always been like a fight with my takeoff. And I'm really good at front side, and then switch backside I just didn't spend enough time. And now I'm realizing like, damn, I'm like good at switch backside because it's like similar to front side. So I'm like, the other was like, so I spent my whole life spinning the wrong side. But at the same time, I'm like, it like helped me to like spin 4 ways. So it's not like that, but so switch backside, I'm stoked that I am in Saasve. I put like a lot of time in that, and I want to bring to contests like more for sure, because I feel maybe not next year, but in 2 years the bigger is going to be 2 different ways for girls, because I think we're there now. Like the progression is just like, it keeps going, and it's cool to see that. So I think it would be cool to see like the men's, like 2 different ways for bigger.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, it seems that every year that you haven't slowed down, and as you say, like working on the spins in all 4 directions, which is something that, yeah, like you said, maybe in the girls, especially in the guys, it happened a couple of years ago that suddenly everyone was able to spin every way, but certainly with the girls, it seems now that it's getting, I mean, led by riders like you, it's getting that way. That people are able to kind of pick, well, I'll spin.
And like, I feel sometimes we're like focusing too much on big tricks. And I get it because I'm like that. We just like, I feel we're all like that. We just want to do big tricks, but it's important to focus on like technique, grabs, because that can make a huge difference in contests. And I feel sometimes we, the riders, like forget about that. And yeah, I think that's a big point. Like just switching the grabs, like just example, my front tail mute, like my front 10 mute to tail. It's like, it's a progression and like in a different way, you know, like, for sure, I would love to try cab triple, but it's just like I want to work like in so much stuff like at the same time, so it's hard to pick. And like I'm stoked that Hannah did it again, and for sure that trick it has been in my mind. It's just hard to find like the good jump and all that stuff. But I feel when it's gonna be the time, it's gonna happen.
Well, I think it, especially when you have such a busy schedule of contests and you have back-to-back events, and like let's say previous year you were working on, if I do well, I'll get invited to the X Games, or like I have to do well. Is it easy to then be like, well, I know that I can fall back on these tricks that I'm comfortable with. So in some ways, like your progression kind of stifles. So it's like the progression stays here because you're like, well, I can do the cab double and I know I'm going to qualify and things like that. It's quite hard to break out of that routine, right?
Yeah, like every year in January, we have a camp in Whistler for the national team. And this year it's not happening because of contest schedule. It changed. But yeah, it's like at that camp, I'm like, okay, do I need to get more trick consistent, or like, what do we focus? It's like at that camp that I like always decide, okay, I might have time to learn something new, but I need to like get consistent more on that and that. So honestly, it's the only time of the year normally I can really like practice, like work on my trick. And because during the season, it's like during the practice run before the contest, we get to practice, that's it.
How do you work on new things? Do you have have you got like a specific sort of progression chart that you use? It's like, okay, I want to learn this trick and then break it down into small pieces. Like if I learn this, like if I want to learn a cab 10 or a cab 12, I should use, like, do you put it together? Do you have
I'm less like that. I'm more like, I'm feeling it, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna like huck and chuck. But Elliot, the kind of snowboard coach, is more like that, learn like that trick to like try that trick. And I just take a little bit of both. And like sometimes, like example, whatever, like because captain, I've been doing cam 9s for so long, it was like a pretty easy like kind of translation, because it's not that hard when you used to do cam 9. But like front 10, I never done front 9 double, and I don't feel comfortable doing front 9 double because I just had bad experience with front under 5. Like in Lax a couple years ago, I did one and like went way too big over flip, like straight to my face. And I don't know, I just feel less comfortable on like front under. So front 10, I just like did some front under 7, front under cork 7, and then went straight to front 10. So I guess it really depends of the trick and how comfortable I feel.
Fair enough. So you just got back from the Yukon, is that right? How long were you up there for? 10 days or so? Yeah,
10 days, and it was good. It wasn't too cold because up north is pretty cold and there's not a lot of light. So we were riding the jump at night to make sure the light was good. Because like it's rarely sunny when it's winter. It's like always gray, or like the light is like either sunrise or sunset. You're like not sure. Yeah. So, but they have a rope tow with like a bunch of rails, and I'm stoked because I know I need to work on my rail game, and I put a lot of time on my rail game over there. So I'm stoked for that. And the jump the first couple days was hard because the builder had a hard time. The snow was like, so the snow there is too dry, so it was hard to make the takeoff like hard. But yeah, the last 3 or 4 days it was really good, and we had sled laps, so we had like so much time on the jump, and yeah, that was super fun.
Yeah, I've never been up to Yukon. It seems like a pretty rad place.
It's so nice. It's crazy, the wildlife there. The first day we got there, like coyotes and like ravens were like fighting for a fox, like
What?
a dead fox, for food. Yeah, 2 coyotes and like 5 or 6 raven were like trying to get
The ravens are fighting coyotes.
the ravens were like, they're massive over there. They're like, and there's a lot of eagles too, like whitehead eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bullhead
it's crazy.
What,
Yeah.
You worried that if you crash too hard on the jump, maybe they come in and like start eating you?
No, they're scary, the ravens. Scary, they're massive. Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of like over here in Europe, you know, ravens are not, you know.
Yeah, they're like,
gross.
yeah.
I don't like the idea of ravens attacking coyotes. That just doesn't.
No, they were not attacking. They were like trying to get the food, and coyote were trying to steal it, and they were like, yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then, yeah, like coyotes over there, they're like dogs. They're like, they're everywhere. Like I was driving to go to the grocery, and then like on the road, the coyote was just like walking on the side of the road. It's like normal.
What about in Stoneham? Do you get any of this wildlife over in Stoneham?
Not as much. We get like deer and stuff like that, but not as much as in the Yukon. Like Mikey and like all the boys saw a bobcat on their way. You know, bobcat, a huge cat.
I think I saw that online.
The story? Yeah. So yeah, it was on the way to the hill. They saw the bobcat. Yeah, it's like if you go, so I'm close to a national park. So if you drive, maybe you're gonna see more wildlife, but not as much as up there.
Yeah. So what's it like? Because I've never been to Stoneham. Like I saw some of your videos. I was scrolling through your Insta just before we started. And, saw some pretty sick tree runs that you were filming last year. You were talking about how you like to come home and kind of reset, and it looked like you were splitboarding somewhere.
Oh yeah. So that's the national park. It's like those runs are like what, 10 or 15 minutes drive, and yeah, there's like spot to go splitboarding. And if you go further, if you drive like an hour and something, there's like higher mountains for like splitboarding. There's actually a lot of spot. We can go to the Chic-Choc, you know, Chic-Choc, Gaspésie.
No, I don't.
No, it's pretty cool. It's like 5-6 hours drive from here, and those are like pretty big mountains. And yeah, you can like do some splitboarding, and yeah, have like a pretty legit ride down.
Yeah, my impression of Quebec is all like really small hills.
I know. Yeah, but yeah, where I live, it's more mountain. And if you keep going, Lac Saint-Jean and like more up that part, there's a lot of street spot in Saguenay and all those spots. There's this is like the mountain area where I live.
I always forget how big Canada is. Like when you guys, you know,
it's massive.
Drop in like, oh, it's a casual 6 hours away, and I'm thinking like, if I drive 6 hours in Austria, I'm in another country.
I know, it's
what direction I go when I'm in Austria.
Yeah, if I want to drive to Whistler, it's like a 1 week drive, 5 days. Yeah, it's
So speaking of Whistler, you know, before we get onto Whistler, one thing which has been a kind of common theme in these interviews I've been doing with all the crew from the team is actually the majority of the team's made up from riders who aren't necessarily from like Whistler or like from a big mountain. Everyone's from kind of like the smaller zones.
Yeah, Ontario or Quebec
it's kind of interesting to
I know, it's crazy. I know, maybe because we're not used to have that stuff, so I don't know, maybe not work. Yeah, maybe we're like trying to work harder. I don't know why. That's true, because like Mark is from Saskatchewan. Like it's so flat over there. There's like no mountains. I guess like worse than Quebec.
People ride what's in front of them, and I guess all the guys and girls who grew up in Whistler, they've got the best backcountry in the world, so they're probably like, well, we'll just ride this.
I don't know. It's a weird. It's weird.
What was your path like to get on the national team? Did you go through the provincial team system as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah, I did. I went to but it wasn't, I feel it was less complicated, like back in my time, I would say, compared to today, because I know a couple young people are like on the Quebec team, and I'm like, feel my time was like more easy. But yeah, I went through the like regional team, like Quebec team, and then I got on the the development team, and then the national team after. But yeah, it took a couple years for sure to be on the national team, and I get it. They want you to, like, when you're on the national team, like you're ready and like you're prepared, and I get it. But yeah, no, it was but I feel it wasn't that long. It was maybe a good for like 5 years maybe.
So when did you start riding? How old were you when you started riding?
I started when I was 5 or 6, and then I started competing. I did my first rail contest because I used to be like a big rail rider
Oh
before
yeah.
jumping. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. And yeah, my like stepfather like told me, "Oh, you should like try that contest." And I was like, no, I don't know. And I was like the only girls, because like no girls were like in contest really. So yeah, and then from there, like I really liked it, and then from there I started to started to ride jumps. Not sure how. I think maybe my brother, because I started snowboarding because of my brother, and yeah, just from there it all went down.
Yeah, very good. Well, I guess like talk about the national team as well. I mean, since you've been on it, I feel like the Canadian national team in the last sort of 10 years has gone
Yeah,
from like, I'm not saying nothing, but it was
it's better. It's way better.
it's
Yeah,
such a force to be reckoned with now. Like the
yeah.
Canadian team is arguably the
Like
strongest.
I heard stories like not too long ago, like when Chris was the coach and like all that stuff. It was messed up, and I was too young. I was like on the development team, so I wasn't seeing really what was happening. But they were telling stories in Sask, and I was like, wow, that like for sure, like the team went through a rough like patch, and now it's way better. I think it for sure feels way better, and yeah, I think. But for sure, it got rough at some point with like the team and everything.
I mean, I remember when I was not quite as old human as I am now. I remember like being amazed that there wasn't more success coming out of Canada, because I talked about this. I can't remember who it was in one of the other interviews, and I went to
Yeah.
Whistler, and obviously there were Canadian pros, there's the Wildcats and guys like
Yeah.
that, video pros, but
Yeah.
not so much. And I wonder what's going on with Canadian riders. And I went to Camp of Champions in Whistler, and I was blown away by how good just everyone was. Like riders you'd never heard of were like, I was like, that guy's the best snowboarder I've ever seen, and I'd never even heard of him. And it just
But
felt
it's crazy because the first time I went to Europe and I got into like the big world of like competing World Cup, I was like, wow, there is like a lot of people that are good, you know? And I was like, all right, okay. And it's like, I feel like it's the same thing because, you know, you're not used to maybe see that kind of style. It's probably a different style. But yeah, when I got to Europe, I was like, okay, I'm not ready.
when was
no.
that? When was that your first time in Europe?
Well, the first World Cup, I think it was in Quebec, the Slopestyle World Cup in Stoneham, actually. I think that was my first World Cup, and like, yeah, people from all around the world was like coming, like Europe, and I was like, oh, I'm in like big league right now, and I was like scared a little bit, but yeah, no, that time I think I got 7th or 6th. I made finals, but yeah, I was like what 16, I think, something like that, and I was just stoked to like I made finals, and yeah, just riding with people better than you, it's nice because you know you learn from them, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, of course. And what's been your, you mentioned Europe. Are you planning on getting over to Lax?
Yeah.
Was the Kreisberg, is it Kreisberg the first
Yeah,
one?
so I think there's 2 big here in Kreisberg, or 1 for sure, maybe 2. And yeah, so like my season starts in January, and it won't stop until like March.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I think there's one like maybe a 5 or 6 days I'm gonna come back home before China. But yeah, like X game, I didn't get news like what was happening. Like I asked, and like Sarah still don't know what's happening for Due Tour 2. And I think with the new president, a lot of things gonna change too, probably about like quarantine and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I hope. I heard they want to make the field smaller. I hope it's not true because it's already small.
Even for X Games.
Yeah, for X game, I heard they want to make the field. I don't know for girls, maybe it was just for boys, but they want to make it smaller.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I hope nothing of that's gonna happen, and yeah, hope X game's gonna happen, and yeah, we'll see. But yeah, if all the contests are happening like it's supposed to be, then I'm only gonna be home for 5 days because it's easier to just keep traveling, and because Canada we have to do quarantine, and I guess Europe too, some places. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows? It changes at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
Thing going on at the moment in Europe, so it's really hard to keep up. Right?
Yeah. So yeah.
You just got to keep going and see what happens.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it feels like.
But yeah, I think what we're gonna do is like Kreichberg, then ride locks before the contest, then do the contest, and not sure what's after. I think after that it's supposed to be X Games and Mammoth. So yeah, we'll see. It's crazy that it's already like Olympic qualifier.
Well, that was going to be my
next question,
because we've talked quite a lot. We've mentioned X Games, we've mentioned different contests, World Cups, but of course we didn't mention a certain silver medal from Pyeongchang.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I'm really happy, and I know we were riding in hard condition, and sometimes, not that I feel that I don't deserve it, but it's like I don't think it was 100% fair contest, but at that point
it wasn't the day it should have been. No, like obviously you ride the conditions that are in front of you. It felt I think it was really good that the big air went so well for all the girls, because
I know
at that time, like, women's snowboarding was for me the most exciting thing to watch. Like the guys, like the progression had almost peaked a little bit. Like, of course, it's exciting to see the guys, but you could kind of tell.
Well, at some point, they're doing quads. Like, it's hard to progress more,
Yeah, but with the girls, you're like watching progression during the contest in front of you, and it was so like, who's like someone might do something that's never been done before.
It was crazy. Like, perfect condition, like warm, but like not too warm. It was just so crazy. And yeah, I'm stoked that happened. But yeah, I'm still like happy that I got a medals, but I know a lot of girls were upset, but I didn't make the call, and I was like, I stayed in my head, and then I was not trying to get distracted by like all the girls that don't want, like, some want to ride, some don't want to ride. I was just like trying to stay focused and do my thing, and if we have a contest, then we have a contest. If we don't, we don't. But I was just trying to stay in my head, and then like they were asking me my opinion. I was like, I just don't want to talk about it. I just like, it's hard because like if you say like, oh, I don't want to ride, then you get in a bad mood and you get scared. And like, I know there were a lot of wind, but it's like, we don't have choice. You have to ride now. Like we like get together and like check the flag. Like we can't control the wind, so try to control, your run and like what you're capable of. So yeah, I just did my thing, and
and what the thing is, like, it was the conditions on the day, and like when the contest director says go, it's time to go. It's
but that just sucks that they canceled like all the other like contests, like gate, or like not sure what other contests they like. And we're the people that are hitting like 50-foot jumps, like jumping in the air, and like we have to go in like gnarly condition, and you're canceling like a skiing like contest gate. I'm not sure which contest it was. It just didn't make sense, and I feel they needed like a contest. They needed a contest for the TV, and we were the one that had to go just for the TV, I guess. So that sucks, but
it worked out. Silver medal, definitely not the worst to go home in your bag. Do you have the medal? Do you? Is it up on the shelf or?
Yeah, I can go get it. Do you want it? You want to see it?
I mean, we go on. Why not? Do you get into arguments about whose medal should be in the like most important position, or do you?
No, we all have our. I can't bring my iPad. We have like a place with our medal, but he has a lot of trophies at Destructor, like a ski shop. But this is one sec.
This is our first interactive tour we've done. We've actually this is awesome.
So this is Heroes.
Oh yeah, Jerome's book.
So yeah, this is like all this is JF X Game Medal, Aaron Style. He has some like IF3 trophy. The Red Bull Redirect is his. But yeah,
I see you still got the Audi 9s one there, which is maybe the heaviest.
Oh my god, yeah. That trophy is so sick. It's crazy. It's like 10 pounds. And this is from the Beijing, the best trick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is when I got the movie, what is it, in NC I5. I won an award for my movie, and yeah.
Sick.
This is US. Yeah, I'm stoked. And this is from the Quebec bigger, this thing, the like scaffolding.
It's quite a. It's
and
quite
X Games. Yeah, and where is it? Yeah, X Games
there it is.
And yeah.
Is the X Games Gold? Is that your proudest one? Is that like the top of the the cherry on the cake?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, all my medals are like, but the X Games one for sure are the most important one. The Olympic one is too, but it's different. You know, X Game has been like a dream for me since I'm young, so it's really different.
Sometimes, like obviously sometimes the results are great. It's nice. Like I get that feeling where you're talking about the Olympic medal as well. It's like, it's great to have the medal, but it wasn't necessarily the best conditions. Do you have any results where you like necessarily didn't win or even get a medal, but you're like, I rode the best? Like, I did the best I could have, like, I was the most happy with what I just did. Like, is there any other contest where you maybe didn't? I think Olympics is one for sure, because you know, I had like a run in my head and I was supposed to do like cab nine double on the last jump, and just because of the wind, I was like, there's no way I can do that right now. And I was like trying to play it like more safe because it was just so hard to ride. So I think that contest is like I feel like could have like done way more. Everyone could have done way more, you know. So I think that would be that contest. But yeah, I think X Games Slope last year was, I think, my best riding ever in that contest. Like spun four ways, like switch backside to cab to like front nine to cab nine. I was like, what the is happening? It was pretty crazy. So yeah, that's the one that I think the most proud of. Awesome. All right. Well, Laurie, it's been great having you.
Yeah, thank you.
Chat. We're gonna let you get. What's the rest of the day hold for you? What are you up to for the rest of the day?
I don't know. There's like some people set up a rail in Stona because it's not open yet, so I might go ride that. And yeah, just probably gonna go walk with Fiji too and do some emails. Classic.
All right.
Yeah, you know, chill day.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Laurie. Also got to give a big shout out to Skull Candy for making this possible. And we did talk a little bit about the provincial teams and everything like that. If you guys out there want to help, first of all, if you want to help the Canadian snowboard team, you can help the wonderful riders like Laurie, of course. You can make a donation on the website and your money goes to wherever you want it to go to. It can go to the main team, to the provincial teams. You can go and buy some of the sweet Canada team, snowboard team to wear. You like that? Yeah. The neon stuff. Still waiting for the box. It's custom somewhere, but yeah, there's some epic stuff on the website. All the money goes towards the team. Also follow everyone on social media. Laurie, what's your Instagram handle?
It's Laurie Blouin, my full name, and the number 1 at the end. Laurie Blouin 1.
Boom, number 1 she is. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Laurie, have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.